Competing with big brands in SEO can feel impossible. They have big teams, massive budgets, they've been backlinking for years, and they've got a lot of authority. But the twist is that short form content might be the missing link to your SEO strategy, because Google is now indexing things like TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, and YouTube Shorts. And a lot of these times, these 20-second clips are outranking by far a lot of these legacy blogs that have stood in ranking #1 for a very long time. So in this video, I'm going to show you why it's so important that you take short form content seriously as part of your SEO strategy. I'm also going to show you how to get into short form content by finding unlimited ideas, how to record it, edit a video, publish it, and most importantly, how to be very effective about this by only needing to upload content into one platform. It can be your choice. It doesn't just have to be TikTok, by the way. And that short form content will get repurposed appropriately to Facebook, to Instagram, to YouTube Shorts, and practically anything else that where you want that content to go. It's no secret, and I'm sure you've seen it, but Google is indexing Instagram. And by the way, when I say Google, I also mean all the other search engines, including GPT search and Bing and even Perplexity, because they are understanding the transcriptions of the video. So it's not just the video itself, and it's really, really changing. Even Forbes is saying that Google indexing Instagram means a lot for your business. One of the most interesting articles, though, it comes from Adobe, and it kind of says the trend, and you know this, I'm sure, but I want to reiterate why this is so important, is that more and more of the generations, the younger generations, are using these platforms for search engines. And I'm sure you've done it as well. You looked for TikTok or Instagram for a recipe as opposed to going to Google. And this trend of people using things like TikTok and Instagram as search engines is moving a lot quicker than you realize. Let me show you why this can be such an advantage for your overall strategy. If I Google something like how to do a bicep curl, right? And you can do the same search in your browser, by the way. You see that the first sections of videos, so by the way, you should also get into YouTube long form video, but this is not about that. But if I scroll down a little bit, I can see right away that there's some short form videos in the search engine's results. And it's not just YouTube Shorts, but it's also TikTok, right? And these brands natively, they're not outranking these massive guys. They're not outranking Reddit. That's practically impossible these days, but they're taking so much screen real estate up that they're getting a lot of traffic from the search engine results. It's not just with that, but if I Google other things like, how to make spaghetti alle olio, I've got a lot of high ranking stuff, but right away I've got a short there, and I've got more shorts right here from YouTube, from Instagram, and there's a couple from TikTok as well, as you can see here. And if we look at the top of the search bar, for these search results, for the search intent here, short video is so important that Google has even created a specific tab for this. And this is going to be in AI mode, by the way, for sure, or they're going to take the importance because they know for that search intent, people prefer short form videos. And it's not just with this spaghetti one, but if I do how to do a bicep curl, it's also short form videos. There's a whole tab dedicated to that. So if you think these short form videos aren't important for your SEO, you are sorely mistaken. Now, how do I start making short form content? Most people, I run into the problem all the time when I try to encourage people to do this, and they say, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do videos about. Well, let me show you a strategy that's going to get you endless ideas on short form content, and you will never run out, trust me. You can use tools like Answer Socrates. Answer the Public is also a really good one, but essentially this allows you to find what are the questions that people are asking about your niche. And one of the easiest way to create content that's going to resonate with your right audience is answer the question they're asking in a short form video. So you're going to go to Answer Socrates. I'll leave a link for this below, and let's do something that I would do so this becomes a bit more natural. Let's do local SEO with AI. Let's make it specific, right? It's important here that you set the country and the language. So I'm going to go to search, and the search functionalities that gets returned will differentiate when you use different countries and different languages, as it should. So you see here right away that it's found 97 questions, right? So really good. I can already start selecting these questions here, but I want to make it really specific to social media. They've got a tab here called social media questions, and I can generate social media questions, and it's taking the questions from the search volumes and really formatting them in a way that makes sense for you to start off with all these questions. So perfect. I've got a bunch of questions here already, and then let's see right now how many questions these are. So I've got 21 questions here that I can start off with. Cue 50 Cent song. 21 questions. So let's see which other ones here I would feel comfortable with. And you can repeat this with as many of the keywords as you want and save them here. So next time you're kind of struggling for an idea, inspiration, you can go to Answer Socrates. So let's see here. Perfect. Here's a question that I love to answer, and I've gotten all the time. How can businesses leverage AI to enhance their local presence, right? So let's start recording that. And I'm going to go through the whole process of recording, editing, and publishing a video on TikTok. So I predominantly use TikTok, and that's how I kind of started doing this. You can use Reels. They've got a really nice edit application, but TikTok is a really good one as well. I'm just going to open the application. I'm going to press the plus button here, and that'll start giving me the option to record. And you can see natively right away, it's set to 10 minutes here. Now, if you need to have a bit of a script to help you do this, by all means do it. But I find that particularly with TikTok and Reels, the more natural you sound, don't worry if you've got a few ums and ahs, you can kind of get rid of them when you're editing. You can be almost fine. So here the question was, how can businesses leverage AI to enhance their local presence, right? So I can start with something like this. If you're a local business and you want to enhance your appearance for your local customers online, meaning getting found in things like Google Maps a lot better, and you're wondering, surely there's a way to use AI for this. How do I do this? A quick way to do this is to create more services pages. And I know it seems unnatural and a lot of work, but it doesn't really matter. Let me give you an example here. If you are a plumber in Melbourne and you offer 3 types of services and you want to rank for specific suburbs in Melbourne, each suburb should have a services page. So for example, plumbing in Brunswick or plumbing in Fitzroy. And ideally you want to take it a step further and say emergency plumbing in Brunswick. And each one of these suburbs have an individual page. And you can get all this content written by AI. Don't worry, Google doesn't actually care if you write content with AI as long as the content is helpful. So I've recorded it there. I've got a few mistakes. And what I'm going to do now is press the plus icon or the tick there. I'm happy with that. Couple more things that you want to keep in consideration here. If you click on this down arrow here, you want to make sure that you transcribe this, and they've got the captions button here. And please do this with all your videos, because I think there was a study coming out that over 50% of views on these short form platforms are viewed on silent, right? You're either commuting to work or late night, and you don't want sound on. So make sure you do that. So you want to go through and make sure that it's okay, doesn't make mistakes. The classic mistakes that it makes is chat GPT. It'll say chat GBT or whatever. But anyway, if you're happy with that, I can get out of that and leave that there. So it's not going to cause too much issues here. The last thing that I suggest you do is you want to add a text here, and you want a bit of a hook, right? Hooks can be all sorts of different things, but something that's going to entice the user or interest the user to kind of watch at least the first couple of seconds of the video. I'm going to say here, how to use AI to rank locally, easy mode, right? I can select different art types. I'll just go black, and I'm going to go to classic here, and I can move this. I'm grabbing it with my 2 fingers there. So it kind of hooks people right away. I'm going to go to plus, and then I'm going to make this a little bit shorter, 8 seconds, so people get what this is about. Now I want to go and edit this here. So I want to make sure that this gets to the point right away. Perfect. And there was a section where I was making some errors here. So here, for example, this specific, I can split. And I can split where I am starting again to speak here. Select that one and delete it. It's really, really user intuitive. It's amazing to use. And that is it. So once I'm happy with it, you can now go here, which is going to, before you publish, it's going to allow you to do the description of this. And you want to add the right keywords there. Ideally, the question that we got from Answer Socrates, how can businesses leverage AI to enhance their local presence? I want to do that right there. Now I've got a Samsung, so this is nice and easy. I'm going to click the mic button. How can businesses leverage AI to enhance their local presence online? I've got to love Samsung for that, and add 1 or 2 hashtags. Hashtags don't really matter that much, but in case, why not? And now all I got to do is post it. Confirm. That's going to take a few seconds. Now, the main thing there that you want to keep in mind, and it's really important that you do this, is try to keep it minimum 3 minutes. Now, in TikTok and in Instagram, there's actually a lot more time. I think there's like 10 to 15 minutes. But what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how to get really smart about it. And the video that I've just published there is already being processed. So it's in Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook. And it's through this application called Repurpose.io. And it's a bit of a cost to it, but the time it saves you and the incredible way that it can increase your digital footprint by going onto this platform, I think is priceless, right? I'm going to leave a link for you to make an account with Repurpose.io, but I want to show you how to make the first kind of automation that will take TikTok to Instagram, for example. Yeah, I'm going to go to continue with Google and just sign up with my account. Perfect. So you can see that I've already got the workflows here that it's taking TikTok to Shorts, TikTok to YouTube, to Facebook, TikTok to Instagram Reels. What you want to do when you first make an account is you'll need to connect your social media accounts, right? It's pretty self-explanatory. It helps a lot if in the same browser you are connected to that account. It's going to make things a lot easier. I'll let you do that. You're more than capable of doing that. Now, let's go to workflows, and I'm going to go to create a new workflow. Now, this is the one thing where you need to kind of pay attention because I've made this mistake many times and it can cost a lot of credits. So there's a couple of options here. There is repurpose existing content. This is great if you already quite good at, let's say, Instagram, for example, but you haven't even worked on TikTok and you can't be bothered. Well, you can repurpose the content that you've got historically from Instagram Reels directly onto TikTok. But what I want to do is repurpose future content, meaning when I start from today, for example, the content that I publish on my platform of choice will be repurposed, none of the historical content. So I can go now and do things like choose the source. So TikTok, you can choose Instagram, whatever you want. And this is when you connect your account. I'm going to choose that one. And then the destination, I go to Instagram and I choose the allocated Instagram account. And the type here, I want to make sure it's Reels. You can also do stories and you want to choose the right platform. I'm going to choose Nico AI ranking and I can create the workflow. And that's it. You're kind of set to go. Now, it's not going to be instant. The second that it publishes on TikTok, it's not going to go to Instagram. There's a window of about 2 hours that it can do that, but you'll get the successful message there. I'm just going to deactivate this one. Otherwise, I'm going to get duplicate content on that. But it's that easy. And you can do the same flow from TikTok to Facebook to Shorts or even to Snapchat, as you saw there. And I think they've got an account with Pinterest as well. And that's how easy it is to just worry about one platform and the rest is kind of taken care of. Now, a couple of things you need to be aware of here that is not the best strategy for this. Ideally, you want to make content for these specific platforms and change it a little bit, right? But the reality is, as a business owner, if you're a one-person band, a one-man band trying to do a million things at once, this is a really good option. If you just upload to one and then repurpose to everything else, you're still going to expand your digital footprint and by default, increase your SEO a lot. And trust me, I know the short form content seems silly to worry about your SEO, but this is how you need to start thinking about it from this holistic approach, as much as I hate that word. Now, that's just one section of SEO. If you really want to work on classic SEO to rank in the AI search engines as well, you should do this, but it can also get really complex because you still need backlinks and you still need to make sure that your website's SEO is really good, like your on-site SEO, how you create good content, how to use AI to write good content. Thankfully, I've done a 3-hour free SEO tutorial that I'll leave here that you can go watch that. That'll take you from 0 to 100 in terms of how to do SEO in 2025, all from proven strategies and years of experience in SEO. You can go watch that now. Thanks for watching.